Hey everyone, welcome back to another Rezero. I just wanted to start by saying I am sick, so to preserve my voice, I will be talking in a much lower, much calmer voice than usual. Yeah, let's get right into it.
Regulus appears in miasma.
Why does Crunchyroll keep doing this? Why does Crunchyroll just keep randomly changing the subtitles to the audience English? I never did this. Why does Crunchyroll insist? Wait, am I? Did I miss an episode? No? No? Oh, okay. When did this happen? When was this ever a thing? Did I? Was there like a movie or something? What's going on here? Oh, I see. This is Subaru is imagining the archbishops that we defeated were like haunting him. Why are they showing us this? Okay, can I just pause here for a second because I wasn't doing YouTube at the time I watched season 2, so I didn't mention this at the time. Satella not only looks identical to Emilia, right, with her like face and hair looks the same as Emilia, her clothes too, the same like purple and white clothes that Emilia wears. What's up with that? You know, if it was just the face and hair, I'd be like, okay, look alike. But same clothes? Really? I don't know. Oh, I just realized, wait. When did he get back together? At the end of last episode, it was just Subaru, Ram, no, not Ram. It was Subaru, Ram, Patras, and Anastasia. When did they regroup with the others? I'm assuming when Shaula saved them from the gaping centaur. Shaula took them to the other group and kind of like put them together. By the way, so this is something I actually didn't. I didn't notice this. I was watching another reaction, easy reaction to the last episode, or the episode before. I don't remember which episode. I think it was episode 2 actually. And the reactors mentioned that Shaula has the same. So they didn't read the manga either. It's just theorizing, but they mentioned that Shaula has the same like color scheme as Subaru, the black and yellow clothes. Which, yes, the clothes match the same colors as Subaru, but also her hair doesn't, the eyes don't. And so because the eyes and hair are different, because at first I was thinking maybe, since they have the same color clothes, maybe Shaula's like a female version of Subaru, like some kind of alternate reality type thing. But the fact that it's a different hair color, different eye color, tells me that that's not the case. It's just a coincidence that they have the same colors. Same color clothes, I mean. Okay, don't be so aggressive to her. Master? What do you mean, master? Master? Okay, well, I guess we're returning by death again. Okay. This is a theory I've had for a while. And I want to bring this up because I feel like that's what the show is leading to. Back in season 1, when they mentioned the wise man Flugel, and I think it was Flugel. I did mention it earlier this season as well, actually. I did mention it, yeah, I did mention it in, I think, in episode 1 of this season. Now that I think. Also in season 3, they said that Flugel is the one who built Pristilla, and Pristilla has Japanese architecture, which means Flugel came from Japan. Subaru also came from Japan. Not to mention that the origin of the unseen hand is Flugel. Why is my camera like on the side? Oh my. Oh, wow. But yeah, so as I was saying, the origin of the unseen hand is fluid. Izan had created it, I believe. Because the reason I say that is because there's a lot of there's a lot of assumptions I'm making here, a lot of hypotheticals that have to line up for this theory to be true. In season 2, when we're seeing Emilia's backstory, and we saw Beetlejuice before he went crazy, when he first took in the unseen hand, he said, "Forgive me, Master Flugel." That tells me that Flugel created the unseen hand and entrusted it with Beetlejuice, I think. And since Subaru is compatible with the unseen hand, and also came from Japan, just like Flugel did, that Subaru, and this now is the third piece of evidence that kind of falls into place for me to bring up this theory again, is apparently Shaula is Subaru's student. There's some kind of weird time travel shenanigans, which I came up with this theory in season 1, but I didn't have any proof. So when I watched season 1, 10 years ago, I came up with this theory. That Emilia, Emilia is actually Satella. They're the same, but it's like Satella from the past. So like, basically, how do I say this? Or another way to say it is Satella is Emilia in the future. That makes sense, right? That there's some kind of time travel, but I had no basis for this theory, just a random theory. And I feel like the more I watch, the more confident I am in this theory. Because if Subaru is Flugel, that means there was some time travel stuff, that when Subaru gets older, he goes back in time, and then he's Flugel, and then he, because he's the one that created, he has the unseen hand when he goes back in time, so he's technically like the first one to have it, so he gives it to Beetlejuice, which then creates this paradox, because like, which one came first, whatever. But at the same time, Emilia in the future becomes Satella, and then she goes back. The other proof that I have that Emilia and Satella are the same, and just that Satella is Emilia in the future, is that Satella in season 2, in the Witch's Tea Party, she tells Subaru something like, well, first of all, she talks about how she loves Subaru more than anything, which is weird if they've never met before. And she says something like, "I need to repay you," something along those lines, or "save me like you've saved me before," something along those lines. I have a really suspicion. I'm like, how do you know Subaru, right? So that's my theory. I guess I just mentioned 2 theories in one, but it's basically about some time travel stuff. Subaru and Emilia become Flugel and Satella, and then you go back in time and stuff happens. That's my theory, but I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so Shaula's okay. Now let's get an actual explanation. Interesting. So there is Shaula and there is Shaula the Sage. They're different people, apparently. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this in the first episode or second episode reaction during the opening, when I first saw the opening and I saw the coins, and I mentioned how each coin is the sage, the warrior or the sword saint, and the dragon. Volcanica the sarcastic. You know what? I like that actually. I like a sarcastic dragon. That's not something I've ever seen before. I've seen a lot of dragon depictions. You know, the wise dragons, the kind of like savage dragons. I've never seen a sarcastic dragon before. Old age? Yep. So how is Shaula still alive? Her master is the sage. Again? What do you mean again? Flugal. I knew it. I knew it. The sewer is Flugal. Okay, so there's some time travel stuff going on. Okay. So I think that more or less confirms my theory that Subaru is Flugal. Naked lady? Scorpion tail like the lady from Jujutsu Kaisen? Okay, sorry, my ear has been clogged since I blew my nose earlier and I can't seem to unclog it. Wait, what? How did Patrasha? Okay, so she has superhuman strength, which I think was hinted at when she snapped Super's spine with a hug. Is this a situation where, kind of like in Jujutsu Kaisen, she's like enhancing her body with magic, that she's able to do this? Because it's not the first time we've seen something like this, right? Roswell in season 2, Roswell just kicked Garfield's head clean off, and regular human strength is not capable of that. So I think this is I think there's a thing where you enhance your body with magic, probably. Oh, that sounds amazing. That's more valuable than watching Over the Witch. Wait, why is Patrash in such bad shape? I know they fought the centaur guy, but I didn't feel like Patrash took that hard of a hit. And talk to the sage, or look up at the library. So there's gonna be a reading arc? We're just gonna spend 15 episodes reading? I'm just joking, of course. I know Rezero. It's not gonna end well. Okay, it is not going to be 20 episodes of just reading. There's gonna be there's something's gonna happen. Again with the English words. She keeps saying English words. And I think it's because Subaru taught her those English words. Oh, wait. Never mind. Correction. Subaru is not Flugal. Shaula said he looks nothing like Flugal. The only reason she thinks he's Flugal is because when she said the stench, and I thought it was the witch's, the miasma, the witch's scent. But it's not the miasma. I think she's more so talking about the unseen hand, because Flugal had the unseen hand. If she's talking about the miasma, it will be Subaru, but if she's talking about the unseen hand, then then Flugal is not Subaru, they just have the same scent because they both use the same ability. Actually, correction. Theory is not confirmed yet. I'm now leaning more towards it's not actually, Subaru is not actually Flugal. What is that pose? Why does she have her arms to the side like she's holding something and then squatting for absolutely no reason? Like she's just squatting for no reason and also has her hands to the side like she's holding something. What is up with this pose? Why does she just stand like normal? There is the magic number again. 400 years. 400 years. Everything's 400 years. I need to relax. The stuff with Roswell and Echidna was 400 years ago, I believe. Stuff with Roswell and Echidna was 400 years ago. I think the stuff with Amelia was 400 years ago, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. Yeah, 400 years ago. I think she had the forest frozen for 400 years. I think Satella was sealed 400 years ago, and now Beatrice was in the library for 400 years, and now Shaula has been in the watchtower for 400 years. It's 400 years. Everything's 400 years. What is up with this 400 years? This is like One Piece all over again. Oh, the void century 800 years ago. Nobody knows what happened. And we're doing this all over again. Beatrice was kind of almost 400 years. That's a suspicious reaction. The way she squinted before agreeing, that's a suspicious reaction. Okay, new theory. Shaula is actually an enemy. Shaula is pretending to be a friend, but she's gonna be an enemy in this arc. I don't know what, why, or how, or like when it's gonna happen or anything like that. I'm just assuming at some point in this arc she's going to turn against us, and I don't know when or why or how. Or, I feel like she's too OP as an enemy, so we're gonna need everybody working together, probably. Oh, you qualified to enter the archive. Okay. So nobody has passed the test. So this is like the sanctuary all over again. Nobody's been able to pass the test, and it's up to Subaru. But first, you must face your present. Behold an unthinkable present. Yep. Sensory deprivation room. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say that's funny that I'm playing Split Fiction with my roommate right now, and in Split Fiction, one of the bosses, one of the enemies, was called Megalith. I was just confused. I was thinking that his name was Monolith. I'm like, oh, that's funny that shares the same name as the guy from Split Fiction, but no, that one was Megalith, not Monolith. What Monolith does share a name with, though, unfortunately, is there's this game series called Epic Battle Fantasy, EBF for short. And in EBF 4 and EBF 5, actually EBF 3 as well, the worst enemies by far were the monoliths. They were these big stone, they were just like stone slabs, but they were like magic stone slabs, and what they would do is they had insanely high defense and ridiculously powerful magic. So the only way to survive against them was like by lowering their accuracy to make them miss their attacks. But then all the way in like the end of the game, there's the cosmic monoliths, where the cosmic monoliths also have insanely high evasion. So every attack you use against them, you just dodge it, and then they hit you with like a one-shot spell. They were disgustingly strong. To be fair, I was also playing that game on the hardest difficulty, but still. And it was a turn-based game, just to clarify. So then you not only had to lower their accuracy to make them miss their spells, you also had to lower their evasion to make sure they don't dodge your spells, and then lower their defense to be able to actually to do good damage to them. So you had to use so many debuffs just to be able to win the fight. It was ridiculous fighting them. So seeing the word monolith kind of just triggers a bit of PTSD there. if you like turn-based games, I highly recommend playing EBF. It's kind of like it's originally it was created as a parody of Final Fantasy, but it's honestly just a better game than Final Fantasy. Like I'm serious. Like it is the turn-based mechanics in that game are so much more in depth. First of all, the comedy is phenomenal, but also so it goes so in depth on the turn-based mechanics and stuff. It is. If you like Final Fantasy, this game is just a better version of Final Fantasy. I highly recommend. It's like $5 on Steam. It is a flash game. I think EBF3 is free, EBF4 is $5, and EBF5 is like $10. It's really not a commitment to try it out. Yeah, there's way too many of them. There's way too many of them. Come on. Use your brain, Emilia. Do you not see there's like hundreds of them? Obviously, that's not a viable strategy. Isn't that cheating? She knows the answer. Why would she tell you? I'm guessing it's Reed, the Sword Saint. That's my guess. That was a weird reaction. Reinhardt and his grandfather. I'm not mentioning Reinhardt's dad here. Let me guess, he was an abusive drunkard? He loved bullying the weak. Okay. Shaula the Sage. Because this Shaula is not Shaula the Sage, it's talking about the other Shaula. Which makes me think, I don't know, Flugel? It's the only other name I know. I really don't know any other names. Subaru? Wait. This test ignores the return by death. That means that this test is able to see all the alternate realities, including the ones where Shaula killed Subaru. So what if the answer is Subaru? Because Subaru is the greatest hero that Shaula's killed. And then you have to touch Subaru's greatest pride. What would be Subaru's greatest pride? Emilia? Possibly? Rem? But Rem is not in here, so it can't be Rem. And Subaru is hating on shadow magic. Unbelievable. I'll never let that go. They're not gonna tell us. Or maybe post credits. I have another theory. What if when you go up in the sky, the monoliths spell out the name of the spell out the answer for you. So they have to just float up in the sky, just read the answer. Yeah, it is post credits. Subaru. Oh. I get it. It's based on the constellations of this world. Not so anybody that's like was born and raised in, the world of Rezero wouldn't know the answer. The only people who would know the answer were the ones who were born and raised outside of the world of Rezero, like in the case of Subaru, or Flugel, or Al, the ones that know the constellations. So now I don't know constellations, so I would have never thought of this. I don't know but I'm sure if I knew if I look into the constellations, I can find how Subaru reached that answer. Because I know Orion. Obviously I know Orion, but I don't know what Shaula means. And Subaru got the idea by seeing the star on her hairbead. Oh, the monoliths make the shape. I was close. When I said that the monoliths spell out the answer, I was close. I'm guessing the monoliths make the shape of the constellation. So you have to go to the monolith that corresponds to the star called Shaula. Or the star called Orion. Or Orion's belt. I don't know which monolith you would touch with. Yeah, one of those.
そのまま星座の形をイメージしてオリオンをなぞってやると、そうすると
Because you have to touch Orion's greatest pride, and what is Orion's greatest pride? His belt, I would assume. Is that the right answer? Looks like the right answer. Or maybe they just straight up die now. If you answer wrong, you get killed. Oh, that's it? It's just one question? Oh, okay. That's disappointing. I was expecting multiple questions. I was expecting like 10 questions or something. Okay, so the quiz or the exam was designed specifically for people from Earth. It was specifically designed for people from Earth to solve it, because anybody who's not from Earth wouldn't know this. And it has to be someone with a good knowledge of constellations. Like, I wouldn't have been able to answer that. So it really feels like this exam was specifically designed for Subaru. Right? Someone from Earth with good knowledge of constellations. Maybe, oh, I didn't mean to restart that. Maybe, if Subaru is Flugel, then he designed the exam in such a way that only he would be able to answer it, so that when he, 400 years in the future, comes back here, he's able to answer it. Potentially. I'm just saying. There is always a possibility. Anyway, pretty good episode. Not as intense as the last couple episodes, but still pretty good regardless. We got a lot of lore. Yeah, that's it. I don't mind. I love lore. My favorite arc in One Piece was Zou because it was so much lore. So yeah. Whoa, that is crazy. Oh, I'm guessing only Subaru can read the books. Maybe Subaru has to touch the book for the letters to. Subaru, please try opening a book. Oh my God, why had his brain stopped working in this season? Why did his brain stop working this season? Try opening a book. See if maybe you're the exception because you're the one who solved it. Do you not test out theories anymore? Subaru, try reading one. You might be able to read the books. See? Subaru is different. Should have done this from the start. Oh, the book sucked him in. Okay. Huh. Subaru. If she's so young that you hesitate to call her a woman, then she is not a woman. She is a girl. Are you serious right now, Subaru? There is a word for that. Oh, Typhon. Okay. And that's an executioner. So her father was the executioner. We're getting Typhon backstory. I like this. The blue, which matches Typhon's hair color. Why is she so scared? Wait, why is she so scared? What do you mean crime? She dropped something. There's not a crime. Wait, what is wrong with her dad? Okay, so that's when Typhon developed her ability. But wait, isn't Typhon's ability based on personal guilt? Like, if someone feels guilty, then she judges them as guilty, which is not necessarily accurate either, because if people feel guilty about things that are not their fault. I'll bring up like in Jujutsu Kaisen, for example. Yuji felt guilty about killing everybody in Shibuya, but it wasn't him; it was Sukuna. So Yuji shouldn't have been feeling guilty. So if you were going by Typhon's judgment, Yuji would be guilty of a crime he didn't commit. So just a feeling of guilt does not prove anything. Right? And that's the flaw here with Typhon's logic. I understand that Typhon judges them based on personal guilt, but the personal feeling of guilt is not proof of crime. Just because someone feels evil doesn't mean they're actually evil. Yeah. And then he breaks. Yep. Because everybody, right, the problem with this logic is everybody feels guilty to some extent about something they've done in their life. Everyone at some point in their life has done something that they regret, something they feel guilty about. And so that's why, and so that's another thing is, what is the scale of the crime as well? So let's say there is not just that sometimes people feel guilty about things they didn't do, but also, or things they're not at fault at, but also, what if like someone commits a like let's say a shoplifter, right? Someone just shoplifted something, or a trespasser, right? Someone like maybe someone like accidentally like trespassed or something, or someone shoplifted a chocolate bar. It's technically it's a crime, but that's the kind of you get away with like paying a fine, right? Maybe you pay like a $50 fine or something and move on with your day, whatever. That's it, right? It's a pretty harmless crime for the most part. And so someone like that doesn't deserve to just straight up die because they felt guilty about the one time they shoplifted or whatever. That's another problem with Typhon's logic. There's a lot of problems with Typhon's logic of just like straight up executing anybody who feels guilty. Yeah, and she probably killed like half the world with this logic. Wow. These books are crazy. Wait, so when you read a book, you get sucked into it and you see the events happen in front of you. See, it is just Subaru. My theory was right. Subaru from the start, Subaru should have checked to see if he's able to read the books instead of making them theorize about stuff. Instead of just making them like theorize about, and think about how to solve this puzzle. There is no puzzle. It's just Subaru. It's not only this book. It's the ones you touch. Try grabbing another book. Subaru, use your brain. Test some theories. Grab other books, please. Oh my god, Subaru's driving me insane. Subaru's driving me insane. Did he lose his brain when he entered the tower? Like, please, can you test stuff out? It's not going to hurt you to try reading another book. Just try. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I didn't even think of that. But that time was your own memories, not someone else's memories. Oh yeah, piece of cake. We're gonna completely ignore how Subaru almost completely mentally broke down from. Actually, he did completely mentally break down from the second trial. We're not gonna acknowledge that. The fact that it was literally impossible for Subaru to overcome the second trial because the weight of infinite alternate realities was too much for him to bear. Okay, so that confirmed that it's not just Subaru. Maybe if Subaru had grabbed another book, we would have learned much earlier, but that confirms it. So it seems like each person has maybe one or some books that only they can access. So not everybody can access every book. Some people, you can only access some books that are meant for you specifically. It seems like. What was the book here at? What was this one about? Baloroid Teneglyph? What is that? A general in the Wallachia Empire. Wait, Wallachia Empire is not Lugunica, right? It's one of the other kingdoms. How many kingdoms are in Rezero again? Is it 4? I think there was 4, right? Lugunica in the east. I don't remember the name of the one in the north. Karagi, I think, in the north. And then there is, I guess, Wallachia Empire and another one. Maybe there's more than 4 kingdoms, but I think there was 4. The books in here can be read by one familiar with their author. Because Subaru knows, is Echidna the author of the book about Typhon? Or is Typhon the author of the book about Typhon? There has to be an easier way to filter through this library. There has to be an easier way to filter through this library. You can't be expected to look through every single book. It's a very interesting concept for a library. Is Meili actually a child? Like, I'm confused here. Meili does not behave like a child. This is throwing me off. Oh, that's why she's a Mabi Stamer. Oh, is it like a divine blessing? Divine protection, I mean, not divine blessing. I see. So her ability to tame Mabis is a divine protection. It is not a learned ability. Okay. So there is not... She's the only one who can do that then. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good question, actually. It could be a pact like the one Roswell did, right? Didn't Roswell do a pact where if he, at the end of season 2, where if he breaks the pact, his heart explodes or something? Could it be something? So that's something that combined humans. Maybe it's like that. Okay, thank you. Took too long to get to this point. Oh. Oh, okay. So you're stuck in the library once you're inside. Leaving before completing the exam is forbidden. Violating the rules is forbidden. Disrespecting the archive is forbidden. Any action intended to damage the tower is forbidden. These rules are all reasonable. Every single one of these rules is reasonable. Because what are the rules of the exam? I'm not gonna overlook that. I'm not gonna overlook that. Hold up. Yeah, my body belongs to me. I mean, it belongs to my master. I'm not gonna overlook that. Is she and her master the same person? Somehow. Because how else do you make a mistake like that? And I've also mentioned how she has the black and yellow colors, like Subaru has the black and yellow colors, and Subaru is like her master. So, right? Okay, I'm starting to think that now Shaula and her master are the same person. Also, she said my body belongs to me. That means that if she breaks the rules, or if one of the rules is broken, she loses control of herself, right? Something possesses her. So could it be that, like, maybe her master is her, like they're in the same body, but like different personalities? And if a rule is broken, the master takes over, and I don't know. This is my theory based on that statement, because I can't overlook that statement. Also, did Subaru did not just seriously say that they can beat Shaula? Come on, man. Come on, man. Did you not learn from what you saw? The centaur creature that you couldn't do anything except run, she one-shot. Did you forget about getting sniped from that far away? Did you forget about that? Do you really think you can beat Shaula? Did you forget that let's say she can't use her magic. Did you forget she was strong enough to lift a ground dragon and a carriage at the same time? Like, really, Subaru? You think you can, even with all of you combined, you think you stand a chance against her? Come on, man. Okay, so the first floor of the library is dead people. Second floor might be a different kind of information. Oh, I can already tell they're about to catch the nastiest death. I can already see it coming. I don't know how they're gonna die, but I can tell they're something crazy about to happen. Oh, the sword. Wait. Is that the sword of the Sword Saint? Sword Saint? No, not Sword Saint. Sword Saint is not the right word, is it? Sword Saint is like, that's from Sekiro. Or maybe it's Sword Saint. Maybe it is Sword Saint. Whatever. Master Swordsman or something. Well, I don't remember the term that's the Rezero uses. Maybe it is Sword Saint. That's the sword of the Sword Saint. Is it not? Oh, is this gonna be like Arthur thing? Like pulling Excalibur out of the stone? Oh, is this a trial by combat? Subaru should not have picked up the sword. Subaru should not have picked up the sword. This one is a trial by combat, isn't it? That's the first Sword Saint. Yeah, that's the first Sword Saint. I recognize him from the beginning of the from the opening. Oh. Wait. I thought he was saying that because it was like an exam, it was like a projection, and so the projection was programmed to say one line. I didn't think it was actually him. Wait, I didn't think it was actually sentient. I thought it was programmed to say just one line. That's the first Sword Saint. Why is he so rude? Shaula was not wrong about him. He's actually, wow. Oh, he's actually the worst. He actually is the worst. Shaula was not wrong about him. This guy is gross. This guy is grossing me out. Okay, so it is a trial by combat. It is. They have to force him to move from his spot. But like, if Reinhardt is anything to go by, there's no chance. There is no chance they're getting him to move even a single step. Read the stick swinger. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's there's a lot of information there. We got to learn about Typhon and how she developed her sense of justice. Pretty messed up sense of justice, if I have to say. And then the first floor of the library is just like dead people and their stories. Second floor of the library, we don't know what it is yet, but they're doing the exam now. It seems like the exam is that they have to make Reed, I think his name was Reed, the Sword Saint, move a step. But if Ryan has anything to go by, that's gonna be pretty impossible to do. What else? Shaula is potentially possessed, or has a chance of getting possessed by her master somehow, based on what she said. Or maybe she is her master and just in a different, just like transformed or something. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this episode. Yeah, not much else to say, honestly. I don't even have like theories for next episode or anything. They didn't give enough information for that. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and the whole deal. And that's gonna be for the day. Take care.